Goddamn.
Man, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of NHP Unscripted, bro. This is episode 283 of Unscripted, as we are here yet again to talk about more, uh, you know, okay. Did you get this vibe from Monday Night Raw? Did you get the vibe that they just remembered that the Royal Rumble's in 2 weeks, or was that just me?
It was literally like, oh shit, we got the Rumble. We gotta just tell everybody to declare for the Royal Rumble.
Okay. All right. Okay. So it wasn't only me. Okay, because yeah, it was pretty much Royal Rumble declaration Monday Night Raw, but there was yeah, we're on here to talk about a bunch of not so interesting pieces of wrestling content, as yeah, the build to the Royal Rumble has been very lackluster.
Existent.
Is it yeah, and then as for AEW, man, we are still a ways away from Revolution. So they
Ways.
yeah, we're still a little under 2 months away from Revolution. 9 times out of 10 how this whole thing works is it does, you know, we do get it faster than we expect it, but still very very far away regardless. But
No, exactly.
yeah, but as far as the Royal Rumble, yes, I felt WWE last night or yesterday on Monday Night Raw, they definitely were like, "Oh shit, we've been focusing so much on these lackluster international Monday Night Raws we've been putting on. We forgot about the Royal Rumble." It looks like Saudi Arabia has almost fully built their stadium, though. I've been seeing pictures, and their Royal Rumble stadium, I guess, is almost complete. So,
I'll say one thing about that stadium that looks pretty dope. The stage side where the stage is gonna be,
mhm.
you could see like parts of the city. So that actually should be pretty cool depending
Oh,
on how they use the cameras.
yeah.
So hopefully it turns out visually very nice. It looks like it can. But yeah man, very lazy fucking build. And for most people, I hate when they declare in the Royal Rumble because like all right, you got your Codys and shit. Like that makes sense. That's cool for them to say that. But like, for most people, I don't care. Just show up. You know what I mean? Like, unless you're in some Bailey and Lyra stuff, I don't really care.
Yeah, well, they gotta make sure that Kyrie Sane is crying and telling you that Asuka is going to win the Royal Rumble. They gotta make
What
sure
was
of
that?
that. That
What was that,
that
bro?
that was genuinely one of the most random, pointless, and awkward segments I've ever seen. I don't know what the deal is with this version of the Kabuki Warriors where Kyrie Sane is like a fucking abused she's like an abused best friend, but like I don't understand. Asuka never really did anything to the I'm like previous to, like, I don't know. I don't understand. I
Never
don't
used to
understand.
be like it.
Yeah, like, why was she never this scared of her before? I mean, they seemed fine when they were originally tag partners back in like 2019. Um Now all of a sudden she's just scared. She's just scared of Asuka for some reason. I don't quite understand. I Either way, they've done what we're trying to say is they've done a horrible fucking job with the Royal Rumble build this year, man. I gotta say, you know, you can say, these international crowds haven't been up to par like they were for the international tour last year with, Brussels, Belgium. That was a fucking fantastic crowd. Glasgow, Scotland, and then London, England. Um, those crowds were great. But they were also getting like John Cena and CM Punk and Roman Reigns. But that was also on the build to WrestleMania, so I guess it was a little more star power heavy, even though the show still did suck. You know, these shows suck too, but in my honest opinion, man, these crowds still ain't showing up. I mean, they're just not. They're not.
It's it's such a weird mix because it's a weird mix of the crowd not showing up and WWE kind of giving them the slop jalop. So it's like they kind of go hand in hand with it's a really bad show. So like I want the crowd to get excited for something because that helps the show. But like what is for them to get excited about? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's fucking they got Asuka on the show fucking sunning Kari Sane for no reason. What is this show?
man. Yeah.
Where's Rusev been?
Oh my god. Maybe
Because
he didn't.
there was some unreal stuff with him, like about like potential matches, and that made me realize where is bro? Where is bro at? Where's Shane? Oh yeah, didn't Sheamus get hurt again?
Sheamus is injured. Yeah, Sheamus had to
No,
get
he
shoulder
did.
surgery.
He did. Okay, I was gonna say, damn, he did get hurt again. But where the fuck's Rusev been? Where's Dom?
Dom's hurt too. Remember?
Why is he still IC champ, bro?
I have no idea. This is the second time. That's a great point too. This is the second time he's been hurt for more than 2 or 3 weeks, and they've just kept the IC title on him, which is like I was. It's funny you mention that because I was literally thinking that yesterday as I was watching the show. At some point, Tony Khan had the problem of stripping people of the championship too much. Triple H has the problem of not stripping people enough, in my
No,
opinion, because
exactly.
there's been multiple times, man, where somebody is hurt and they just get put on the shelf, and at the end of the day too, it makes their championship look worse. Like I was thinking when I was watching Monday Night Raw, like, dude, where's the IC title at? And I thought, oh yeah, Dom's hurt. But I'm like, why is this the second time he's been hurt? He it happened in his first IC title reign too. He was fucking hurt like half the summer, and they kept the title on him and didn't, just let it, just halted it,
Acknowledge it.
yeah, and didn't even acknowledge it at all. And the same thing's happening again here, man. So it's really frustrating, because it again on the build to the Royal Rumble or the build to Mania, it puts a major halt on what they have going on. And again, it makes for a worse show. It makes for a worse show, man. So I really don't understand, man, but they really need to get it together, bro, cuz yeah, it's not looking it's not really looking too good over on WWE side of things in terms of creative, going into the Royal Rumble and going into WrestleMania. More importantly, WrestleMania is the show we have coming up. That's literally the big one, and they damn near got nothing of
Oh shit.
interest other than Bianca and Jade, and they better hope that Bianca Belair is even a surprise for the Royal Rumble.
If she can't make it for the Rumble, they're so screwed. They are so screwed if she can't make it because that's all they got. That's all I care about. And now, after yesterday, they might actually be doing that Rhea and Io singles match, which is like, why?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know what the fuck's going on, man. I am just. I don't know. This is not looking like a good Mania season. It's really not.
Well, I got people telling me the show's gonna be great, so you know,
Show's gonna be great.
hopefully,
Dude, I hope so, man.
hopefully they
A prank.
yeah, hopefully they're right. Hopefully they're right, but if it, his they say history repeats itself, and it's looking like last year, the last year
It's gonna
might come
repeat
to
itself.
fruition again.
I think so. Who asked for this mania?
Literally. So, how's everybody doing? Thank you guys for joining us here today for another edition of Unscripted. This is episode 283. If this is your first time watching, guys, do not know how the show works. Every Tuesday, we're on here with NHP Unscripted at 12 p.m. Central. And every Friday, we are on here at 3 p.m. Central with the news. And if you guys also would like to join us for the pay-per-views for both WWE and AEW directly after the show goes off the air, join us with the official post-show review. The next time we'll be on here with the post-show is next Saturday for the Royal Rumble. Not this Saturday for Saturday night's main event. WWE got lucky towards the end of the year last year with CM Punk winning the world title and then, John Cena's final match, which is why we were on here for Saturday night's main events. But yeah, that's not a normal thing around here. But yeah, no, the
It sure
Saturday
looks horrible.
it really fucking does, man. It really does. Minus maybe like a Cody and Fatu match. That show largely looks disappointing to say the least. So with that, yes, the next time we'll be on here with a post show is for the Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia next Saturday. So you guys can join us for that, man. So if you guys did miss this past Friday's edition of the news, that's available for you guys on all platforms. That is Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and if you want to see it first, join us right here live every Friday, 3 p.m. Central for the news. Also, if you guys have not got a chance to pick up some of the newest edition of the Notorious Hills merchandise lineup, man, we have the Slept On design since 2020. You guys can now find this beautiful piece of merchandise made by my guy Stickers 13 Studios, man. I want to thank my brother again for the beautiful design. If you want to support the hardest slept on in the IWC, you guys can now grab this beautiful piece of merchandise live on there as we speak, man. And with that being said, if this is your first time watching and you guys do not know who we are here at NHP, I am Johnny, one half of the host of this very show. And as for the other half, we got my man, Sir K here. Sir K, go ahead and tell the people what you are smiling about today.
Alan, man, I wake up, I look at Twitter, I see a bunch of WWE Unreal stuff, and it just reminds me how funny that show is because it really just makes them look like asses, dude. That show, I don't know why they love that show that much because I don't think they realize how bad they look on
Oh,
that show. And boy, is it funny, man. You got Bruce Pritchard fucking suggesting some of the worst shit imaginable. Road Dogg literally saying, I don't know, when it comes to the aftermath of one of his booking ideas. That show is fucking funny, man. So there's that to smile about. See how things go, man. We're seeing how things go day by day, and you guys know how it goes, but overall, it's been alright, man. Raw in Ireland was yesterday, man. So that was fucking raw. And yeah, everything's been good, man. Like Durante always asks, how's life? How's the family? Life's good, family's good. How is everybody doing in the live chat? How's everyone doing watching the replay? What about you, bro? How are you doing?
I am doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good, man. Nothing too much, man. Nothing too much. Just gearing up for the Royal Rumble. Yeah, just gearing up for the Royal Rumble and stuff. So that's pretty much about it, to be honest, man. That's pretty much about it. Just been chilling. Yeah, just doing our thing, man. So that's that's nothing too much. Nothing too much, man. So yeah, man, I really got nothing, man. Just been your boy's still on the Madden Ultimate Team grind. So I just been whenever I do get the chance, which is mainly on the weekends. It's usually a pretty busier week, but I'm just messing around on some Madden Ultimate Team. So that's been really fun. The game is, the I've learned with sports games, for me to appreciate them, I have to get every couple one. You know what I mean? I think the last time I got a Madden was Madden 24. You know what I mean? But during 25, it's not that I maybe didn't want to get it, or it's more of, I guess, I just didn't really have an itch to play a football game. Sometimes I get the itch for a football game. Sometimes I get the itch for a basketball game. But I almost never get the itch for a wrestling game. However, WWE 2K25 was pretty fun to play with you guys, man. But largely, like, if it ain't coming on here for a stream with you guys, man, for the most part, man, I do not really I don't really get the itch these days to play a wrestling game. I'll say
No.
sometimes I get the itch to go. I'll say this. Sometimes I get the itch to hop on like SVR 2010 or 2011 to play Road to WrestleMania mode, because those are their original stories, and they're just really really good, I think. But in terms of like the itch to play one, I barely get it anymore.
No, exactly. And I think overall, I actually really like saving it for the gaming stream because it actually does make it a lot more fun
Yes.
when we do it, is the
Yes.
occasional gaming stream, which is very fun, man. So I'm glad we kind of got to be able to find its niche in there, and it does make it way more enjoyable overall.
100%. 100%, because a couple weeks ago me and you tried to play an online GM mode, and
Oh,
the mode still
that was
sucks.
horrible.
The mode
Yo,
Yeah, the mode's still
mhm.
terrible. I think I did a match in one of the main events to my show that was Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens. And the fucking match got 1.5 star. It was labeled mediocre. So at that point, me and Sir K only booked a couple more shows, and then we went our separate ways to go fucking play something else. Cause what the fuck is that mode?
That was
Horrible.
horrid. And then like the draft system, where you literally just use up all your money. We did like fucking, I did 15 rounds, he did like 17 rounds in a draft,
Yeah.
and just because it makes you just spend all your money, and nobody bought Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, I
It
wasn't
was
buying
bad,
him.
dude.
I
Ain't
wouldn't buy.
nobody bought Cody.
I wasn't taking
Somehow Ross
him.
was cheaper.
Crazy, crazy. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. The mode still sucks, but regardless, it was fun to hop on and just play exhibitions with you guys, man. That was a lot of fun. So, yeah, like you said, I'm very very glad we found its niche in that regard, and something that does make a wrestling game fun, I guess these days, is just kind of hopping on there.
Playing with you guys.
Yeah, no, for sure. So, speaking of a lot of fun, Saturday, man, Saturday. So I mentioned that we would not be on here Saturday, for Saturday night's main event, but we actually will be live Saturday, and we will be live at 1 p.m. Central. Right? Is that what we said? We said 1.
Yes,
Okay. All right. I couldn't remember if it was 1 or 2. I was pretty sure it was 1.
it was
I was
one.
right.
It
All right.
was one.
We
My
will be
bad.
live at 1 p.m. Central. For a special for you guys. This is something that has been in the plans for a while. It's been in the plans for a while, man, and we're very excited to bring it to you guys finally after getting everything together for it. We are bringing to you guys Saturday, this upcoming Saturday, man, for January 24th, 1 p.m. Central. NHP will be presenting to you guys the John Cena Farewell Tour 2025 shirt rankings, man. So, as you guys know, man, me and Sir K often go on rants about, Fanatics. We go on rant about Fanatics and how Fanatics sucks, and how, you know, you're you pay the same price for a Fanatic shirt that, I would pay for like a Jordan shirt, for example. And you get way less quality. Me and Sir K, we love to talk merchandise. We love to talk about shirts. Personally, whenever we're kind of hanging out, sometimes, bro, we just go on WWE Shop and start baking their designs for no apparent reason. So you get the gist, man. We are big shirts, big merchandise guys, and we are going to be bringing you guys a special. We're going to be talking about I want to say it's 34 shirts out of the 36 dates that he did. I want to say there's 34 shirts in total that he wore on, his farewell run, the GOAT. And we're just going to be talking about them. We're going to be rating them on a 1 through 5 scale, I guess, with 6 being the God tier. We're going to be rating them on a 1 through 5 scale. And we're just going to be talking about the shirts, what we liked about them, what we thought they could have done more with. Because trust me, there's a lot of shirts in there that they could have done a lot more with. But LOL, Fanatics. But and LOL, fucking WWE's merchandise department. But again, man, we will be live this upcoming Saturday at 1 p.m. Central with the John Cena Farewell Tour 2025 shirt rating. Man, I'm very excited for this. I'm very excited to talk merchandise with you guys. And I'm actually very excited for you guys to be a part of, just a merchandise talk session, man. I'm very excited for that. I'm very excited for you guys to be a part of this, man. And I'm very excited to bring you guys this episode, man. Like I said, we'll be going through all of them and rating them, not ranking, rating them on a 1 through 5 scale. We were originally going to do something where it was like we were going to rank them, 34 all the way to number 1, which one was our favorite, which one was not. But I wanted it to be fun. I wanted us to kind of just come on here and freestyle it and just again just talk how we would normally, as if me and him were talking to each other. Pretty much how, like I said, man, me, you, and Logan kind of just bake WWE merchandise every once in a while. So I wanted something like that, man, and I am very, very, very excited for that. So we want to hear your guys' thoughts. We want to hear where you guys would rate the shirts too. So be there or be square on Saturday, man, because I'm actually super pumped for this episode. It's like I said, it's something that's been in the works for a while. It's something that's been in the works for a while, but a lot has been happening, like I said, with year-end awards and whatnot, man. So, regardless, very excited, man. I'm very excited. So Saturday, the 24th, this upcoming Saturday at 1 p.m. Central, day after the news, you guys can catch us on there for that.
Excited, dude. Very excited to talk about these shirts, rate these shirts, and just talk about merch, man. I like shitting on their merch when they need to, and I like praising it when it needs to, man. So I'm very excited. Speaking of merch, dude, that AJ Styles shirt that I purchased the day after Christmas
Yeah.
is still in the processing phase.
Yes.
Dog,
I
fanatics.
which is the craziest part, bro. I just got my Thank You Cena shirt. And that one
My
that
God.
and I ordered that after before the AJ, or it came out before the AJ Styles shirt. I ordered them at the same time, and the AJ Styles shirt hasn't came with it, and it's still processing. So
Oh, exactly, dude. It's horrible. Their website, Fanatics, is fucking horrible, man. But I'm very excited to get on with you guys and just talk the merch, man. I'm very excited.
very pumped, man. But that is all the announcements we have for you guys. But regardless, man, how's everybody doing in chat? How is everybody doing? Sorry, my bad. As Toronto is ass, I messed that whole thing up. As Toronto is ass, I'm good. Family's good. And what about you, Toronto, Logan, Bell, Mr. Walking Down and Cut These Shit Off, Gotti, and we got the homie Nort in the house. How are you doing, bro?
How you
Thank you
doing,
for
bro?
joining us. This guy's in the live chat, man. This guy's really on his grind, bro. He says, can we talk about pigeons? Nort, sorry. Unfortunately, I have looked at my run sheet and there is nothing about pigeons. Sir K, do you got
There
anything
is
on your
nothing.
run sheet for the pigeons today?
As much as I'd probably rather talk about pigeons than
Yeah.
most, Monday Night Raw or SmackDown or definitely Dynamite, unfortunately not, man. Unfortunately not today.
You know what? We're talking about Dynamite, SmackDown, and Raw. I don't know if you guys just caught how excited I got just the idea of talking about John. Okay. All right. I apologize for that. We have experienced a technical difficulty, but now we're back. Nort says Dolph Ziggler is the GOAT.
I know, man. It was British.
I don't know either.
German.
I don't know either, man. But what I do know is we have AEW Dynamite Maximum Carnage to talk about.
Maximum boredom.
You know, I'll say this. This episode of AEW Dynamite took place in like a theater. And it actually looked really dope. The crowd actually looked really dope. I want to say they did it. They did an episode on the Build to Revolution last year. I think it might have been in the same exact theater. But actually, I like it. I think this was the theater that the Death Riders were running away from Copeland in. I think.
I think this might have been, but I love their little small settings that they do. I think visually it looks really cool. It looks really nice when the fans are all packed together like that.
It does. It does. Gives a nice fuller look. So,
It does.
Dynamite Maximum Carnage. This is your January 14th edition of Dynamite. And this has taken place from Phoenix, Arizona. The show opened up with Darby Allin versus Pac. Pac had a dope looking entrance with the Death Riders. They got this shot of him where, as he was coming out, they were like shooting over his right shoulder, and you just see like a giant sea of people that were all like perfectly layered. Because, like I said, it was in a theater, so it was like a hill of people. It was a really nice visual. So he came out with the Death Riders, obviously, and we had a spot in this match that was absolutely brutal, man. Pac hit a belly-to-belly suplex on Darby Allin on the steel steps, but it was like as they were, sloped up. Yeah, he belly-to-bellied him on the front of the steel steps, and it looked just diabolical. There was also another spot where he hit a Celtic Cross or a Razor's Edge from inside the ring outside to the stage, because they had one of those like high lifted stages. Another spot that looked absolutely brutal. But through all of that, Darby Allin was able to defeat Pac in this match, and with a coffin drop onto his leg that was wrapped inside of a steel chair. So by this point, Pac has beaten every single member of the Death Riders. He's beaten every single member of the Death Riders. So commentary was playing up, is he done with the Death Riders? Now that he's beaten all of them. So there was a lot of questions surrounding this. The Death Riders did come out afterwards, but nothing happened. Darby Allin just kind of walked off. So I guess it's still remaining to be seen, whether Darby's going to continue feuding with the Death Riders, or if they're going to transition into more of a babyface role. That I'm not really too sure. I guess the feud with Darby wouldn't really make sense at this point now that Jon Moxley's babyface. I don't know where the rest of the group's gonna go, but yeah, I kind of a little bit lost. I guess we'll have to see next week what direction they go. But in terms of Darby Allin and the Death Riders, I don't know. I guess it's kind of just maybe being put on hold for now.
I think so, maybe. They might use Darby as an occasional ally if they need to against Don Callis' family, since they have so many numbers. And did you see their backstage collision promo, the Death Riders?
I did not.
It was a pretty babyface promo overall for the overall group. So I'm assuming they are going to put the Darby stuff, on pause or just take it in a different direction. Because I think the overall group seems to be going in a babyface direction, at least for right now. So that I guess that's the direction they're taking them. It was a very good promo. Daniel Garcia actually had a very good part in there.
Nice. That's good to see. Good old Death Riders. Hangman Page defeated Brian Keith.
Oh God.
Why is this taking place, you may ask? Samoa Joe put out a bounty on Hangman Page. And LOL, Brian Keith is the bounty hunter.
It's so bad, dude. It's so bad. And
Terrible.
Samoa Joe has a faction, right? If he wanted someone to take care of Hangman, why didn't he have a member of his faction take care of Hangman? I don't get it, dude. I don't get it. I hate. You guys know how much I hate the whole for money, bounty, mercenary stuff. It's horrible.
Yeah, it is pretty horrible, man. It is pretty horrible. He um he being Samoa Joe, or sorry, not Samoa Joe. He being Brian Keith was, you know, they were making him sound very serious in this promo package, to the point where I was like, oh, okay, are they moved away from him and Big Bill being together as a tag team? Are they moving away from the whole learning tree stuff? And then he just came out with Big Bill in the match, and then he was doing like his little bits during the match where he'll like yell at the crowd, and he's like this angry little man. Pretty much the gimmick they just had with him and Jericho. So I was like, okay, so nothing has changed. I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of Brian Keith at all. I think that I think there's probably about 99% of people on the roster that are more interesting than Brian Keith. So this really did nothing for me. What did do something for me was Excalibur, because he was promoting Collision on the 31st, and he did his classic Excalibur. He's like, if you guys would like to join us for Collision on January 31st. And I'm sitting there listening to this, and I'm like, January 30. I'm like, first of all, I think that's a Friday, and second of all, and then he just says first, and I'm like, good old Excalibur, bro. Good old Excalibur. One thing you can always count on is Excalibur taking pauses in his speech for some fucking random reason.
Gotta be Tony Khan fucking talking his ear off in his ear. It's gotta be.
Oh, I'm sure. He's probably like, don't forget Collision on January 31st. Don't forget it.
He's probably waiting for him to finish stuttering, man. Just don't forget, don't forget this. It's like, okay.
It probably is. It really probably
is.
is, man. That is that's the worst part, man. But hey, ladies and gentlemen, the owner of GDR Finances LLC has arrived. Mr. Walk him down and cut they shiz off. Mr. Walk him down and cook that shit up. Mr. Walk him down and climb that tree. Mr. Walk him down and feed them families. I think I forgot one, but we got my brother Gotti Devon in the house. How are you doing, bro? Thank you for joining us. Hope you're doing well, my man. So,
exactly. How you doing, bro?
Mr. Walk him down and cut they shiz off is officially in the house. As Big Bill started to interfere in this match, which led to help from Swerve Strickland and a buckshot lariat for Adam Page, for an Adam Page victory here, which was pretty nice. Afterwards, Kenny Omega came out, and him, Hangman, and Swerve were in the ring, as Kenny Omega says, when the people said he was the god of pro wrestling, it meant something. And if they still believe, then so does he. Oh, God.
Oh, they're good. They're gonna set this man up to die.
Yeah, it's over. It's over.
What the fuck, man? These fans.
Hangman tells Kenny Omega, I'm sure we will cross paths on the way to the World Championship, so may the best man win. And through all this, Swerve Strickland is staring down Kenny Omega. And he was not really of the attitude of may the best man win. He was more so get the fuck out of my way kind of vibe towards Kenny Omega, which should be interesting to see when we definitely do have to cross that bridge, because it seems like the AEW is not shying away from it seems like AEW is not shying away from wanting to put Kenny Omega in that world title scene, which, boy, I don't know if that's a fucking good idea, man, but they're having the balls to try it. Which again, I don't know, man. Kenny Kenny just scares me. Kenny's health just scares me at this point, man. I don't think he's gonna be able to do this. I don't.
No, exactly. I really don't. I think they're setting themselves and Kenny up for obvious failure, something that his body just can't do nowadays. And I think they're gonna have to realize that the hard way because they're hard headed.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that. So we have Don Callis coming out at the end of this, and of course, Don Callis has to come out for a Kenny Omega segment. He tells Kenny he needs to face the man who broke Kota Ibushi. What are you laughing at?
What are you laughing at, man?
I'm not laughing at anything.
You just, man, you're laughing. I don't know at what, but I mean, Kenny Omega's right there, but let's move on.
I was thinking the same thing. But they said he needs to face the man who broke Kota Ibushi. Josh Alexander.
And segment's dead.
He needs to face Josh Alexander to get to the World Heavyweight Championships. Okay, why the fuck would anybody need to go through Josh Alexander to get to the World Heavyweight Championship?
I have no clue, man. I have no clue. I mean, I would say, for WWE, Jey Uso is a chode of a singles wrestler, and Josh Alexander is a chode of a fucking signing, man.
He is,
dude.
yes.
You don't care about bro.
He
is literally a walking chode.
He is a walking fucking. He is a live human doorknob. He has that little personality.
He is
a fucking doorknob.
He
genuinely
really
has more personality than Josh Alexander.
Oh, exactly, dude. A doorknob, a bathroom mat. They all have more personality than Josh Alexander.
They do. He is, the Don Callis family is so fucking cringy. Fucking Josh Alexander sitting there, he's like all geeked up trying to face Kenny Omega. And fucking Lance Archer is walking over by Josh Alexander. Speaking of no fucking personality, Lance Archer walks over by Josh Alexander and he's like, no, dude. He's pointing at his, he's pointing at his brain. He's like, Don's got the brains. Okay. All right. So Omega says, let's do this match now. And Don says, no, we're going to do the match. You fucking guessed it. Next week. Oh. This week, next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I don't care. It doesn't change the fucking fact, Don. Nobody cares about Josh Alexander. I don't care when you do the match. I still won't care anymore.
I won't care. It's better off if you don't do the match because he is horrible.
So, yes, we have Kenny Omega versus Josh fucking Alexander next week.
Yay.
Gotti is Mr. Walk Him Down. Move that furniture.
He really is, man.
Gotti stays helping the community, bro.
He always is, man.
I don't know if he's Mr. Walk Him Down and cut their shiz off or Beast Mode Jr.
Mr. Community. Exactly,
trying to restore his community.
Exactly. Wow.
Good guy. Good guy.
AJ Styles might not only be a fan of that, but man, I am. Oh, thank you for being for the community.
Yeah. So, next up, man, speaking of for the community, we have this match that was for the community. Brody King versus Jonathan Cruz.
Ooh.
All right. You didn't have to do Jonathan Cruz like that. Jonathan Cruz is the jobber that MJF was using as his Spanish translator last week against Bandito. Yes. That is what they put on fucking Dynamite. Because he's homies with Bandito.
Because he's Bandito.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Brody King squashes Jonathan Cruz and then gets on the mic and proceeds to cut his pipe bomb promo. It was a great promo where he says it'll be an honor to step in the ring with the first new AEW champion after the main event. The first new AEW champion after Bandito wins in the main event. Did you know if Bandito were to win this match, he would have been the very first new AEW champion? Did you know that?
Like Brody, you kind of are you dyslexic, bro? You
I,
meant the
I,
first to step to the new champ.
man, dude, I love Brody. I felt so bad for him because you could see the look on his face after he said
You
that.
could
He was
tell.
like, "Oh fuck." He's like, "I just
You could
fucked
tell.
that up."
You could always tell when they realize, like, God damn it, fuck that up.
No, Brody, you get the pass because you're cool, but what the fuck was that, bro?
But
Like,
come on, God.
what are we doing? Yeah, dude, as if the show couldn't get any better. We have the Young Bucks versus Jet Speed. Unfortunately, there's more because that match would have been a banger. Versus the Demand versus Davis and Doyle.
Davis and Doyle.
Bro,
Just
they were announced. Justin Roberts announced them as Davis and Doyle. That is literally the name, like the little name that their little tag team goes by. Now Mark Davis and Jake Doyle, they go by Davis and Doyle.
Davis
As,
and Doyle.
oh my god, I don't think I've ever seen two cavemen in their entrance was literally just them flexing and screaming. No personality. They come out with black trunks, black knee pads, black boots, fucking just straight cavemen, bro. Straight cavemen. They come out there literally just, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's literally what they were fucking saying in the camera. Yeah. Ah.
Just the grunts of the Don Callis family.
What a way to man, what a fucking way to get two guys over, Tony. What a fucking way to get two guys over. They literally just come out here screaming. They look like there's a world of personality to get behind here with Davis and fucking Doyle.
Davis and Doyle. Fucking horrible, dude. That's just horrible.
The Young Bucks come out. This is actually pretty cool. The Young Bucks came out, with their old theme song.
Very dope.
And they came out wearing the old tassel gear. You know, when you remember the Bullet Club Bucks when they were coming out, wearing the tassels, looking like the Rockers and shit. They brought the tassels back. I thought that was dope. Davis hit a pile driver to Kevin Knight to seal the deal and win the #1 contendership for the tag titles. With a spike pile driver to Kevin Knight. What did you say, Sir K? Did you say that's awesome? That Davis and Doyle are
Davis and Doyle.
You might as well. You genuinely, it might be more marketable to just call them the cavemen, because that's what they fucking look like.
The fucking morons, the cavemen, the fucking. I don't know. Davis and Doyle, dog shit. Just kill it. Kill the Don Callis family, bro, please.
It's over. Afterwards,
it's done.
FTR came out and they had a brawl with them.
Thrilling.
Yeah, this is just thrilling. This is must-see television, man. The Cavemen versus FTR is your next tag team match. Sir K, my favorite part of Dynamite came up next because Skyflight was on Dynamite, bro.
Am I supposed to know who that is?
Yes.
Skyflight.
And if you don't know, I'm going to tell you. It's Top Flight, Scorpio Sky, former WWE ID talent Zeta Steel, all managed by Daniels.
But I thought bro was done. Okay. So wait.
I
I
guess
thought
AEW,
Christopher Daniels was done,
in the ring, he's done. He's their manager.
but did okay. Jada Steele, I think she's good from what I remember people saying. So I
Wow.
guess that's a good signing, I think.
Mhm.
And then Scorpio Sky, that poor man. Why are you still here, bro?
No,
Why
for
are
real.
you what are
Man.
you doing, bro? Like oh man, Sky Flight
No, no, no.
just can't it.
Yeah, well, it gets better.
It does.
Skyflight, they
Oh
call
god.
out
Oh god.
a collection of the baddest men and women in AEW. They call out Kyle Fletcher, okay? Which Kyle, all right, it's a big name. The big name right
Okay.
there. They call out Kyle Fletcher, Josh Alexander, El Clan, and Marina Shafir.
Wait, okay. So this faction are a bunch of individuals calling out people that are in all separate factions.
Well, in the beginning of this whole promo, it started to make sense. I was like, oh, okay, they're calling out the Don Callis family. And then they mentioned Marina Shafir, and I'm like, wait, okay, now now you lost
Oh,
me.
yeah.
Like what?
Oh, Khan is in that fucking group. I
Yeah.
forgot.
Which,
Okay.
not to give Tony Khan any ideas, but I'm surprised there is no women in the Don Callis family. Is there? I don't think
I
so.
don't think so, but
Not to give him any
I
ideas. Don't do anything, Tony. But I was kind of shocked by that once I
was gonna say
realized
just
that.
wait, bro.
Oh yeah,
Genuinely, this might be the way to get one in the group.
probably. But
Probably.
this group, they're all great. I'm sorry, but they need to. A couple of them need to go to NXT, and a couple of them need to stay on Collision, please. What
For
is
real.
this? What is this feud? All right, I got something even better. The Triangle of Madness defeat the Cosmic Babes of Wrath.
Did they?
The
They
Cosmic
put
Babes of Wrath is Chris Statlander with the Babes of Wrath. They're the Cosmic Babes of Wrath.
is she still world champ?
She is, yeah.
Okay, they just need to put fucking um their singles champion with a tag team at all times.
They do.
Morons,
They do. Yeah, at this point well, they need someone to go against the Triangle of Madness because
Triangle of Madness.
Tekla speared Chris Statlander and pinned her for the win. So I'm assuming Thekla is the next challenger for the women's world title, and the Sisters of Sin are the challengers for the Babes of Wrath next. But we seen the debut of the Cosmic Babes of Wrath.
Cosmic Babes of Wrath. Holy hell, this is cosmically fucking lame.
Yeah,
What is this?
I would say so. I would say so personally, man. This is this is some pretty lame shit. This is some pretty lame
Cosmic
shit.
Babes of Wrath.
Yeah, there you go. Cosmic Babes of
God.
Wrath. As we have up next. This was actually my favorite part of the show. It actually was. This was my favorite part of the show, and it was random, but actually good. I actually kind of fucked with it, man. We get Jet Speed backstage talking about like their they're lost. They're asking them, where do they go from here or whatever after they lost the number one contender match for the tag titles. Swerve walks up and he praises, he puts his arm around both members of Jet Speed and he starts praising Jet Speed. But most notably, he was praising Kevin Knight. He was talking about how Kevin Knight's the future of the business, and he was talking about how he's had his eye on Kevin Knight, and he's so great. and he walks off. And then coincidentally, afterwards, Adam Page walks up to Jet Speed and he tells them that he chooses them to be his partner for the trios match on Collision against the Ops. And they're both kind of starstruck. They're both kind of like, wait, really? And Adam Page is like, yeah, like you guys are gonna be my partner on, this week on Collision on Saturday. This was very interesting to me because, like, was this set up by Adam Page and Swerve Strickland to, maybe pull that dog out of another tag team in AEW? Or is Swerve Strickland maybe setting something up to, maybe turn heel? Is he going to turn heel and align with Kevin Knight, type of thing? There's a lot that could come out of this, but I actually really fucked with it, and I actually love, and we talked about this on the year-end awards, that we want to see them do more with Jet Speed. I love to see them putting both members of Jet Speed in something that's meaningful, and putting these guys around Swerve and Page, who are some of the best parts about AEW television, it's a win. It's a win because both guys are mega talented, bro. Both guys are really mega talented, man. And it took me a minute to kind of warm up on Kevin Knight, but I actually really fuck with Kevin Knight. And I've loved Speedball since the moment he's came into AEW, man. And I'm happy to see these guys hanging around, guys like Swerve and Page, and I really hope that they can actually make something out of this story and go somewhere with it.
I really hope so, man, and I think so. I like this segment, and I didn't even think about your idea of, one of the scenarios is that this was like just a play by Hangman and I was gonna say, yeah, Hangman and Swerve, to like hype them up, and then come in and ask, to join them, or for them to join him in that fight. I like that, and I like the idea of also, Swerve kind of scouting Kevin Knight. I like all the scenarios that this kind of brings up and all the possibilities they could branch out to. I like these guys both individually, and I like, the idea of Kevin Knight also getting that rub because, at least to me, Speedball always had it. I was just waiting for them to really use them.
Yeah.
And Kevin Knight was one of those people where I could tell I liked. I just, wanted to see more from, and this is exactly what I want to see is more from these guys and them use them and rub them with bigger guys, scale wise and just
Mm-hmm.
production and story wise on the show. So I'm very excited for this. I think this has a lot of upside to it.
I think so, man. And I know, it's again, it's one of those Tony Khan like random ass things, but this is actually something random that I can get behind if done right. And I really hope Tony Khan does kind of lock in with this story and make sure it's dealt with care because it could definitely go somewhere. So
Exactly. I like it a lot.
we have MJF and Bandito. Bandito, this match was pretty good, as you would expect. Bandito went for a 21 plex, but was not able to get in the bridge. When he went to cover MJF, he did that lazy cover where he just kind of puts his arm around him or puts his arm on his chest. MJF easily countered that into a Fujiwara armbar. And then he transferred into the Yes Lock. Bryan Danielson on commentary literally goes, "The Yes Lock! I mean the LaBelle Lock!" And I kind of chuckled a little bit at that. And Bandito passed out from this, man.
No,
Bandito passed out as
he's gonna be the first new champ.
he was going to be the very first new AEW champion. So unfortunately, he won't be the first new AEW champion anymore. As afterwards, MJF is sitting in the corner of the ring exhausted, and he says, "It pains me to admit, but one day, Bandito, you will be the AEW. You are going to be AEW World Champion." Well,
Man, hopefully they actually put the stock into him.
MJF actually saved himself from some memes because he goes, "One day, you're going to be a world champion in AEW." And I was like, oh, okay.
Oh,
I was gonna say people were definitely gonna reuse that if he went to WWE. So
100%. He had to save that shit right then and there.
even though, let's be honest, if Bandito went to WWE, he wouldn't be sniffing
He's
that or that WWE championship. He would be right with
no.
Penta and Dragon Lee, fighting the fucking
Exactly.
Vision right now. So, he says, and because of that fact, I have to do this. And he starts attacking Bandito. He goes to unmask him, and Brody King comes out for the save. And that was AEW Dynamite, man. That was AEW Dynamite. Honestly, man, other than Hangman and Jet Speed, and Swerve Strickland, it was largely a forgettable episode, to be honest with you, man. It was largely forgettable. So, yeah, that was. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention, Darby and Pac was actually a really good match. It was actually really good. So, aside from those two things, man, it was largely a forgettable episode of AEW Dynamite. Although, I have to say, lately, I've actually kind of been enjoying Dynamite a little bit more than I've been enjoying, like, Monday Night Raw, which is kind of fucking crazy to say. But I have just really not been enjoying Monday Night Raws. In my opinion, I would have taken Maximum Carnage over, Monday Night Raw, to be honest. Monday Night Raw did have Punk and Finn on it, but other than that, that was pretty much.
Yeah. Like, one thing about, like, at least AEW lately, it's one thing me and you've been saying. I know what to expect, man. I know what I'm gonna like. I know what I'm not gonna like. And I know, like, what I'm really there for with Dynamite. Like, I'm there. I got, my Young Bucks. I got, all those, the man's fucking broken down to shit. I got Kenny. I got Hangman, Swerve, Jet Speed. I got all the things I know I'm gonna like, Kyle Fletcher, all that stuff. And I know what I'm not gonna like with WWE lately, man. Um, yeah, okay, my bad. Something just popped up. Um, but with WWE, man, it's such a weird spot where like you want to like this, but you don't trust it, and then you do like this for a little bit, and then they do weird shit with it, and this and that. It's so just weird with WWE right now, where you just can't trust them.
It is. It is. They have, yeah, it's they're at least for me right now, man. WWE's bad. I feel maybe just a bit worse, just because of the amount. I don't know if it's the ads or the fluff they put into everything. It's just, yeah, just not. It's just not it, man. It's just really not it, dude. I don't know. It's, yeah, like, at least I can watch AEW and, like, feel pretty confident in the fact that there's going to be like a really good main event, or there's going to be a really, like, a couple really good matches out of the show. With WWE, man, sometimes, even these main events are just kind of like, this week I did enjoy Punk and Finn. And the week before I did enjoy Gunther AJ, but like, other than that, other than one good match on the show, it's kind of just the same, like, the Mexican guys versus the Vision, or it's fucking Maxine Dupree acting like she's Kurt Angle. It's just, man, it just sucks. But yeah, AEW Dynamite, man. Again, it was a forgettable week, but oddly enough, I probably would have chose this over Monday Night Raw, to be honest, man. So,
Exactly.
which
I
is
just have more
wild.
trust in exactly. I just have more trust in what I'm watching with AEW right lately, man. I know what I'm gonna like. I know what I'm not gonna like. But with WWE, man, they fucking throw you for a loop, man. You're expecting to get something beast, and it's just bleh, every time lately.
hmm So, with that being said, before we move on to SmackDown, man, we have an official word from our sponsor here at Notorious Heels, man. We got a word from W Energy. W is an energy drink loaded with vitamins and nootropics formulated to improve focus without getting the jitters. W is a clean formula that is sugar-free, zero-calorie, free from fillers and artificial colorings, with 150 milligrams of caffeine per serving. You can get your W products today with the link below and code NHP at checkout to save yourselves 10% on your next W purchase.
Always got to shout out W. Whether work, workout, whatever you may need the energy for, man. Whether it's working out, working, just staying up if you need to, man. Whatever you need to stay up for, whatever you need the energy and focus for, W's got you. Keep you energized, keep you focused, and you won't have the jitters, man. And it'll taste good all at the same time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, with that being said, thank you, as always, to the official sponsor of what we do here at Notorious Heels. Thank you, as always, to W. Oh,
Speaking of needing W,
yeah, I was going to say, speaking
oh
of needing some
god,
fucking energy, we have SmackDown. SmackDown this week, or last week, took place from London, England. There's really only a couple things on the show that were really noteworthy. Carmelo Hayes did an open challenge. Um, is that like is that the only thing they could do with the U.S. title? I mean, like nowadays, is that kind of like okay, with Sammy, it worked because of the whole John Cena tie-in and Dragunov, starting to want to continue it or whatever. I wouldn't say it was as good as Sammy's personally, but at the end of the day, it still worked. We're on to the third or the second man after Sami Zayn now, and we're still doing a US Open Challenge. So, you know, a US Open Challenge is great. You can always get some great matches out of that, man. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to start, at some point creating some sort of story for, what you want to do with the US Championship, man. You can't just do an open challenge every week. It again, it does. I mean, it gives you a great match, yes, but at the end of the day, man, there's going to be no emotional attachment to the championship. It's just you're gonna, especially too with a guy like Mello. Mello can talk. You know what I mean? I'm sure you can create some type of story for the guy, but they choose not to.
exactly, man. It's just it's WWE and especially Road Dogg, man. Especially after the Unreal shit today. Um, he found a groove that worked, and he's just gonna do it till it's completely dead, man. And that's what they're gonna do with the U.S. Open is they're gonna kill it all over again. They did it back when Cena made it matter. Cena made it matter, and they tried to repeat it to death. And Sammy was able to make it matter, and they're gonna repeat it to death, man. It's what WWE does, especially with that U.S. title.
Yeah. No, they do. They do, man, and it is quite
Oof.
frustrating, man. Jade Cargill confronted Jordan Grace again. So I don't know if this is like the direction for the undercard for the Royal Rumble or like what exactly this is gonna be. Maybe Jordan Grace is gonna be in the Elimination Chamber with Jade or something. I don't know, but I don't know what they got going on. Hopefully, all I can say is hopefully, I hope they do not mess up Jordan Grace immediately upon her hitting the main roster. That's all I can ask for.
I think they probably will. I think they're gonna pull, Tony Khan, where she's gonna face the champion, lose, and then just be nothing on the fucking roster for a time being.
Yep.
So that's just great.
We then got the fatal four-way match, or sorry, the four singles matches to determine who's in the fatal four-way match. First, we have Damian Priest advancing by beating Solo Sikoa with the help of the Wyatt Six. Great. Now I have to watch this fucking goober, Damian Priest, contend, number one contend, for a world title shot. Wonderful.
And then, dude, they're definitely gonna drag out MFTs and fucking My Family to Mania. I already know it.
I could see it. I could very well see it. We have Randy Orton defeating The Miz.
Oh,
What is this, 2010? Are we getting a
yeah,
Randy
what the
and
fuck?
Miz match on SmackDown?
Indeed, but like, how many matches have those two probably just happen to have against each other
God,
in their careers? It's gotta be in like the 40s, dude. It's gotta be.
I'm sure. I'm sure. They were in a pretty long feud in 2010, actually. So
Fuck.
we have Trick Williams defeating Matt Cardona. Well, Matt, you might as well go challenge Carmelo Hayes, because it doesn't look like you're getting any closer to the doesn't look like you're getting any closer to the world title. Sorry, man.
You know what's funny? I brought it up to you in private, man. That man, Mike Cordona, said no to signing with AEW a few years ago because he didn't want to just be a mid-carder over there,
Yep.
to just sign here and be a mid-carder all over again. It's, yeah, this is a step down to what you were doing, buddy, but you wanted it, so it's what you wanted, I guess.
The funniest part out of all this, dude, is when the match was over, my boy Kit Wilson comes out, and he comes out to his banger theme song, bro. Fucking walks past Matt Cardona and then just starts beating the shit out of him. And then at the end of it, fixes his hair and the music starts playing again, and he just starts doing his entrance as planned. He's fucking taunting up on the apron. Over as fuck in London, by the way. I believe he's from there. But over as fuck in London, and bro, this man, Kit Wilson, this dude genuinely, he might get over. He might
Oh,
fucking get
yeah,
over, bro. Like,
he's
he's already over, but like, hopefully over enough to the point where they actually use him.
hopefully, man. You know, Triple H doesn't have a great track record with that, unfortunately. I mean, look at LA Knight, but he isn't LA Knight, so he actually might get used. Um,
Yes, he does. And again, it's the classic case of like Alex Riley or like Ezekiel Jackson. You know what I mean? One of these guys that is largely doesn't really do much on television, but again, because of that production, that theme song, he's able to get over and he's able to flourish a little bit. And it actually does allow us to see a little bit more of Kit Wilson, and he's actually pretty fucking charismatic. I'll tell you what, he's better than Damian fucking Priest. He's a lot better than Damian Priest. Um, he's actually,
Damian Priest.
I mean, he is pretty good. I mean, we've all known he's been pretty good with Pretty Deadly, but they, again, they didn't really do anything with Pretty Deadly. They were, kind of just this random fucking act. But this single shit, and again, his theme song kind of blowing up on social media has allowed him to show a little bit more character, and I actually kind of fuck with him, man. I think he's a fun mid card act, and I think he could be very refreshing to that U.S. title scene. To be 100% honest with you, man, I think he's got a different character. He's got a different character than most of the guys you see on SmackDown, and I overall, man, I just think I think he could be good for their mid card scene, man. But he um beat the shit out of Matt Cardona and then just started going about his entrance like nothing happened. It is hilarious. It is absolutely hilarious to see. But bro, Matt, again, all I could say, this is what you wanted to do, bro. This is what you wanted to do.
That's what you wanted, man. So, hope you're gonna enjoy it, man. Because guess what, bro? Your boy, he's not champ no more. So you're not gonna get the world title rub unless your boy's champ. Which, to be honest, will probably be soon enough soon. So he could actually probably count on that. But you should have stayed on the Indies, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. But this
Yeah,
is what you wanted.
this is what he wanted.
That's what he wanted.
So we have Kit Wilson's out there cutting a promo. He gets attacked by Jacob Fatu, and Fatu calls out Cody Rhodes, and these two get in a pull-apart brawl, leading to a match that would later be announced for this week's Saturday night's main event. So Cody and Jacob is going to be on Saturday night's main event. The more they do this, the more it, obviously makes me think that, Cody isn't the guy that attacked Jacob, which I think would have been a great turn for the story, but hey, that might be a little too creative for WWE in the long run. So, yeah, that was that. Um and then Sami Zayn defeated Ilya Dragunov in the show's main event to secure the last spot as your fatal four-way for Saturday night's main event is Damian Priest, Randy Orton, Trick Williams, and Sami Zayn. It's in Montreal, so obviously, at least to me, I think it's pretty obvious that Sami Zayn is going to be winning this, and then we're going to get Sami versus Drew and Saudi, being the Sami Saudi connection. I think that's going to be the route they go. I think it'll be an undercard match for the Rumble. But regardless, the Fatal 4-Way, it doesn't really have the most interesting names in it to me. But yeah, I mean, this is something that is largely, again, largely just something to put on as a Royal Rumble undercard match for me. But yeah, I mean, that's the match overall doesn't really sound too appealing, to be honest.
No, it sounds kind of like a heavy Sammy carry job from the likes of the in-ring quality of that match, man. Sammy gonna have to be working his ass off, but I think Sammy got it, and I think he's got the Saudi match in lock right now. So that's gonna be nice to see, man. Imagine a perfect world, man, where Sammy wins the title and KO returns to win the Rumble. Obviously not gonna happen,
Man.
but in a perfect world, man, in a perfect world.
Yeah, I'm interested to see where Roman comes in all this, because obviously with the rumors of Roman, being the one to beat Drew and all that kind of stuff, it's very interesting to see where that's gonna go in terms of like, is Roman gonna be the match at Chamber? It's very interesting to see. Like I said, is Roman gonna be the Chamber match? Is is Roman just going to be in the Rumble? I have no idea, man. I have absolutely no idea. But regardless, Sammy looks to be the match for the Rumble undercard, which obviously I'm assuming he's just going to lose. But yeah, I mean it's a decent match. Drew and Sammy, you can't really go wrong with Drew and Sammy, man. But at the end of the day, it's just uh predictable, I guess. You kind of just know Sami Zayn's gonna lose. I'm just more so worried about what is going to happen with the whole Drew McIntyre WWE title situation. A Royal Rumble hopefully should give us a lot of answers as to where the fuck Triple H's mind is at for WrestleMania, because up until this point, man, I'm still just kind of left guessing as to what the fuck we're doing for WrestleMania season, because honestly, nothing really jumps off the page as super interesting other than something that's not going to happen, like you just said, with Sammy KO, or something like Roman Fatu, which is something I want to see, but I just don't really think they're going to go that route.
Exactly, I really don't. And they have the perfect fucking way to do Roman and Fatu, because you could have just had Roman be the one to attack Fatu. And just boom, huge reveal, cool moment. But they're not going to do any of that shit. They're going to 100% just make it Drew and move on with the story, dude. And I am not excited.
Yeah. So that was pretty much everything for SmackDown. As things I guess maybe look a little clearer for Saturday night's main event, but still no clearness for WrestleMania yet. So I don't know. I don't know, man. I feel like, again, we are coming up on, I'm going to keep saying it, but I feel like we're coming up on who asked for this Mania 2.
So, I think so.
So, that moves us on to Monday Night Raw, man. This was Monday Night Raw from yesterday. This was your January 19th edition of Raw from Belfast, Ireland. They had a pretty cool setup. They had a pretty cool setup. I like the way they set up the whole lighting rig with, the tunnel entrance again. They did something similar for the in Dusseldorf, Germany. The show opened up with Gunther. Show opens up with Gunther. He says, AJ made a mistake last week. He says AJ was so focused on tapping me out, he forgot he was facing the best wrestler in this company. He says he was the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion, 2-time World Heavyweight Champion, the man that put Goldberg to sleep, and the man that made John Cena tap out. He said, my future looks bright, and I'm headed straight back for the World Heavyweight Championship by declaring for the Royal Rumble match. He says he's the man who lasted an hour, and then he gets interrupted by AJ Styles. AJ comes out. AJ says he does not want, he says he knows Gunther wants to move on, but I don't. He tells Gunther he wants a rematch at the Royal Rumble. Gunther says no. AJ Styles tells Gunther he's scared. He says Gunther is scared because last week he made him tap out like a little bitch. And Gunther says last week he proved that he was smarter and the better wrestler. He says there is no incentive to face AJ Styles. He says there is nothing AJ can do that would make him want to face him at the Rumble. And he goes to leave, and he says, there is one thing you can do, AJ. Put your career on the line. He says, think about it. You don't have to answer me right now. Just answer me by the end of the night. Unless you're scared. So, pretty much to recap this whole situation, just to talk about it all in one setting. A couple segments after this one, Adam Pearce is talking to AJ Styles in the back, and he tells AJ, you do not have to answer that challenge. And AJ says he's going to call his wife and discuss this. Then after this, we get this like random bit, a little off topic, but after this AJ segment, we get this random bit where Paul Heyman walks up to Adam Pearce and they're just bantering about the Vision's match against Ray, Penta, and Dragon Lee later in the night. Pretty useless dialogue between the two. I mean, they're
useless.
These segments come off at this point as if these two are like fucking flirting with each other at this point. Like they just love being around each other so much. They just like can't help but talk to each other.
They really do, man. And dude, Heyman has just been one of the banes of my existence on Raw lately. He's annoying me. He's annoying me, dude. I just can't with the dude. He's so useless in everything he talks about.
There's something he did later in the night that popped me, but we'll get to it. But to continue on the AJ segment.
I think I know exactly what you're talking about with the mic.
There was a segment before the main event to cap up all this AJ stuff for the night. There was a segment right before the main event went on where AJ Styles walks up to Adam Pearce and he accepts Gunther's challenge for for Royal Rumble. He straight up accepts Gunther's challenge, bro. He tells Adam Pearce, I accept. He says he talked to his wife and she told me to kick his ass. And Adam Pearce says, are you sure you want to do this? He says, are you sure you want to do this? He says, if you do this and you lose, there's no coming back. AJ says, I want to do it. Holy shit. AJ's career is on the line. AJ Styles started at Royal Rumble 2016. WWE just put up all this 10-year anniversary AJ WWE merch. Is this the end? Is it over at Royal Rumble? is he gonna go out in a Royal Rumble undercard match? What do you
What?
think? Yeah, I I I'm kind of in the same boat, man. I'm kind of feeling the same way you are. Obviously, I don't want it to be over for AJ, man, but at the end of the day, A, it sucks he never got like a final world title run. I think he absolutely had that in him, and I also think he would have looked beautiful with the World Heavyweight Championship. However, I could very well see this, man, which again, I don't really know why they're giving another career to Gunther. I don't really know why they're doing that. I love Gunther. I'm a big Gunther guy, man. I really am. But at the end of the day, I don't want to see him just stockpile all these people's careers. I think you should spread the wealth. Personally, I think you should give, the career of AJ Styles to, just somebody else, maybe like an Ilya Dragunov or just somebody that's gonna be here, you know, in the future, man. Somebody that's going to carry, the company into the future. I don't think I just don't think you should be putting all your eggs in one basket. It's got me scared for Brock because I would really like to see Oba be the guy to, retire Brock or Jacob Fatu. But at the end of the day, man, I really do feel like they're just going to end up giving that to Gunther as well. And again, that's spread the wealth. Gunther's not the only guy who's carrying the company into the future. And again, I don't want it to sound like I'm hating on Gunther because I love Gunther, man. But dude, if this is really it for AJ, I could see it, bro. Like I said, he started at Royal Rumble, and I could maybe see him wanting to end at Royal Rumble, man. So I don't know, but I could definitely see it being a possibility, man. With AJ Styles wanting to, wrap it up come Royal Rumble, man. Which is it's going to be very interesting to see. I can tell you that, but hopefully not. Hopefully we got a little bit longer, maybe at least till Mania with AJ Styles, but bro, at the end of the day, I could see it. I could see it. I can't say it's out of the realm of possibility.
Exactly. I really wouldn't be shocked. I could see it.
Unless
Mhm.
unless they have AJ win the Rumble match and then have Gunther, kind of be pissed off about it and want him to put his career on the line one more time at Mania, retire AJ at Mania, and then retire Brock at SummerSlam.
I could also see that, to be honest.
Yeah, because overall, I do see Brock being done at SummerSlam. So, man,
Oh yeah, isn't it in Minnesota?
yes. Yep.
Yes, that is true. That is where. Okay, see, yeah, I could see that.
So, that's that. But this could be the end for AJ Styles as, yeah, this man, we could be coming up on the end of the phenomenal one, man. But we'll just have to wait and see until the Royal Rumble. But I will say that that farewell tour was quicker than I thought, if that was the
I
case.
was gonna say, goddamn, bro said, you know what, fuck it, I don't trust this dude. I'm done.
I think you definitely may be onto something about the whole Triple H stuff. I definitely think he may not trust Triple H in the slightest to kind of carry his career on for another 6 7 months. I could
Exactly.
maybe feel that AJ doesn't fully have trust in Paul Levesque.
No, I don't think anybody does.
Becky Lynch versus Maxine Dupree. Natalia returned a couple segments before this match, telling Maxine she wants to be in her corner to help coach her and make sure Becky doesn't do anything like she did last time. During the match, Maxine does her little spin kick. She goes to cover Bex, and Natalia put Becky's foot on the rope. I will say, man, I know a lot of people love to cover for Maxine Dupree. She's a terrible actor. She's a fucking
Oh, dude.
terrible actor.
To be honest, her in a program with Talia, makes sense, man, because they are some of the worst actors in the business. So
Oh,
it actually might be generationally horrible, if I'm being honest. This might be so bad, it's kind of funny, man. So I'm gonna see how this goes, but I am expecting the absolute worst from the acting of these two, and then whatever promo they're gonna set up for the aftermath of this. But yeah, she missed her wannabe Black Mask completely. It looked horrible. And
terrible.
then we're supposed to care about a heel turn for someone who just returned from we haven't seen in months. So this is just great. Great job, Triple H.
Yeah. Nice job, Paul. Nice fucking job. Um, yeah, Maxine's sitting there and she's like, Natalia, what are you doing? What are you doing? How could you do this? And I'm like, she's like, how could you do this after everything we've been through? And it was the worst acting you've ever seen in your life, man. And Natalia's just sitting there with this just fake, just tough guy look on her face. She's like, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh God. I'm like, this feud is gonna be you like Sir K said, man, you have literally put a collection of two of the worst fucking actors you could possibly muster up
No, for
in the
real.
same
Like,
program with each other.
does Triple H not realize, DG Maxine and her horrible acting said, all, all we, all we've been through it and whatnot. Does Triple H realize we didn't see any of that? We didn't see any of their connection at all, besides like two silhouetted backstage workout videos that mean nothing to us. We didn't see their friendship on television,
No.
so why would it matter to us that it's already over? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Triple H, it happened off screen. I don't know if maybe that Stranger Things episode really did rub off on you, man. All the important shit happened off screen. I don't care about this. So this was horrible, dude. Maxine is one of the most overhyped people you have ever fucking seen, and it's only gonna get worse, man. In a weird way, I'm excited for whatever promo they're gonna do because it's just gonna be so bad. It's gonna be so horrible.
Yeah, everybody likes to be very sensitive around Maxine Dupree for some reason. Everybody always likes to throw the whole like she's trying thing at Maxine Dupree or like you know, I'll say
Mhm.
this, and I'm not being mean, I'm not attacking her personally, but there are a lot better people that do not get as much chances as she's
No,
gotten.
man.
I'll say that.
Oh, 100%, dude. 100%. If other people got the chances that she got, man, that roster would, or that programming could be a whole lot better.
Yes. Um Natalia or sorry, after, Maxine was freaking out in her just
Shock
absolute
state.
I was going to say her just Toby Maguire levels of acting. Um she turned around into a manhandle slam. Becky retained in Ireland and Natalia attacked her afterwards as commentary was freaking out as if this was the fucking Johnny Gargano and Tommaso. Michael Cole's like, "Your referee, stop her! Oh my God, look over there!" And I'm like, dude, this is not this is not giving that energy, bro. I'm like, this is not this is not fucking. This is not again. This is not Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa here. It's not. I'm sorry.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. Dude, I was thinking the same thing watching that shit. I was like, bro, they think they're DIY so hard, and this is some of the lamest shit in the world, dude. This is horrible.
So we have Jay Uso. Jay Uso's coming out here declaring for the Royal Rumble.
Hey,
Fucking
what are we
great.
doing, bro? What are we doing? Jey Uso. Now we're gonna have to see Jey Uso and probably Roman do a little face off in the Rumble and shit. I'm fucking just end me, dude. Please.
Jey Uso is going to be in the Royal Rumble, and he says he's gonna go back to back with it. Oh fuck. You know,
Go back with it.
whoa. Manager Logan has arrived. He said he doesn't care about heel Natalia. He
What?
doesn't care about babyface Natalia. He doesn't care
What?
about indie Natalia. He doesn't care about Natalia at all.
Fucking monster, man. You
Holy
know,
fuck.
she
I'm going to put
she's
him in
been
timeout.
here. She's been here for years, man. You gotta put respect on Natalia, man. She's one of the best. One of the most underrated, according to Twitter.
You know, Logan, I almost pulled your status as moderator and manager because of that.
Wow.
Logan doesn't care about Natalia. Are you fucking serious? Are you kidding me?
Deplorable.
Oh my god.
What is that?
Unbelievable. Unreal.
Wow.
I can't believe that. I can't believe you just said that. That might have been the worst thing I ever heard. That might have been the worst thing that's ever came out of Logan's mouth, dude. He doesn't care about the Natalia heel turn. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
What a monster.
I was going to put you in timeout and pull your status as a moderator, but I couldn't find the button. Partially because I agree with you. But
Exactly.
regardless, that's a different story for a different day. Jay says he's going back to back with it. I'll say, you know what I'm excited for the this is the worst. This is the worst part. The only reason I'm excited for the Royal Rumble, I'm actually so excited to watch the show early. I actually am. I'm very excited for that.
I'm so pumped to get that shit over with.
I
so
fucking
pumped for that.
I love watching me some early wrestling, man. I really do. Like some afternoon wrestling, like early afternoon wrestling. It's great.
That shit hits.
It's great.
I love it. I
It
love
does.
that time slot.
It does. It do be hitting for sure. Jay says he's going back to back with it. Do you want to see Jey Uso go? Does anybody want to see Jey Uso go back to back with it?
No, I really don't, man. At this point, I don't even know what to expect. I really don't. I don't know, man.
Maybe our boy Bruce Pritchard's pitching the idea again. You know, maybe it'll be shocking.
It'll be shocking. No one expects him to. Oh man, I who knows what they're cooking up for that shit. It's gonna be horrible though.
Terrible.
It's gonna be bad. I'm genuinely expecting the worst for the Rumble. If with the way I'm expecting the Royal Rumble to be, if they manage to disappoint me for something I'm already expected to be disappointed to, it's bad because there's no way they can disappoint me
100%.
because I'm expecting it to be so bad.
100%. Jay then says something very interesting that's a little concerning and also probably could explain a little bit. He then randomly says, shout out to Big Jim and Trin. We love y'all. That's interesting. I hope they're okay. I hope everything is going okay with them. Obviously we all know Trinity is pregnant, so hope everything's okay. That was a bit random for him to say, so I hope that something drastic is not going on. So I'll say the same thing Jay did. Shout out to Jimmy and Trin. So I hope everything is okay. Hope everything is okay, because that was a bit in the middle of the promo and random for him to say. So that kind of made me think like, oh, I wonder if everything's okay, or I wonder if there's a bad reason why he's shouting them out. But hopefully everything's okay. Bit concerning, especially too because we haven't seen Jimmy, and he was on the European tour last year, so I hope everything is okay indeed. So shout out to Big Jim and Trin.
Shout out to them. I hope everything's going well.
He then says 4 letters, 1 word, Yeet.
Yeah, man.
Great.
Hell yeah, yeet.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, yeet. Yeah. Get the fuck out of
Yeah.
here. Yeet.
What?
Get out
What?
of get out of here, Jay. Please. You come out every week and cut the same promo in the same spot in the crowd.
Yeah, man, it's
This is
great.
this is a warning shot. Bow. What's a warning
Wow.
shot? You in the ring? Are you warning me to cancel my fucking ESPN subscription? Is that what is that a warning shot for the Royal Rumble? This is a warning shot.
Probably.
Cancel your subscription before you see me fucking step in between the ropes. Bow. Okay. All right, Jay. Thanks for the warning. The fucking New Day are in the back arguing with Adam Pearce about getting the tag titles. Does everybody in this Raw tag division just bitch about not being champion?
That's
Like,
all it is.
all of y'all
It's all it
suck.
is.
Every single one of you sucks. Every one of you. There's not a
Oh yeah.
good tag team on the show. Who's the tag team champions?
Usos.
Oh, fuck, that's right. Yeah, we just talked about Jey Uso, and I fucking forgot. My bad. The Usos are the fucking tag team champions. Well, Adam Pearce, in typical Adam Pearce fashion, he announces that there's going to be another 4-way tag team fatal 4-way number 1 contender match. Great. Is that all you got? Is that all you fucking got? Just
Dude.
multi-tag number 1 contender matches once a month?
I was gonna say they do this. All 4 teams. One team is gonna win, go on, lose their tag title match, and they're gonna do another where one of the teams that just lost is gonna go on to win a title match to lose that, and that's just the whole division.
Jesus. Penta, Dragon Lee, and Rey Mysterio versus The Vision. Holy shit. Holy fucking repeat.
Dude.
My God.
Dude, what is the Vision now, bro? What is this group?
I don't know.
This
They're like
group
they're like a group of jocks, I guess.
yeah,
A
dude.
group of
The vibe is
chads.
gone with that group. It's so bad. They got Logan Paul in there stinging it up, and then they got this fucking bald dude. They got fucking Theory. What did we say, bro? What did we say?
Yep. It was going to they
Be
were
the big
going
man.
to yes, he was just going to be the weekly beat up in the group.
And look at it
Yep.
already. It's done. It's done. Just can it, bro.
You know, at this point, I don't know if it was the plan or not, but we had mentioned, Austin Theory being like a secret spy for Seth Rollins, bro. At this point, you may have to do that before you completely just Theory uses the brass knuckles in the match here, and Adam Pearce takes them off of Theory's hand. He then argues with Paul Heyman. He's arguing with Paul Heyman about putting his hands on Heyman's guys. Pearce then starts yelling at Heyman for putting his hand. Heyman was putting his finger in Pearce's face, and Pearce, leaves the brass knuckles on the apron for Rey Mysterio. Not for Rey, but he leaves them there. Rey picks him up, punches Austin Theory. We get a Mexican Destroyer to Theory, and Penta, Dragon Lee, and Rey Mysterio win the match as, Division lose. And somehow this group was better with Seth Rollins.
Wow, dude. I really don't. Because that one period where he was gone with, the fake injury, the Browns were doing so well.
They were awesome.
But then it was all the shit they added on to it. Like, it's not even that they're bad, but just Logan Paul and Theory just don't work with the group, and they don't work with the Browns. I'm sorry.
No, I would just let the Bronze be the Bronze. I mean, I feel they're they're just better when they're just the bronze, in my honest opinion, man. I personally just like them better when they're just able to be the bronze. But afterwards, bro, Paul Paul Heyman is, Paul Heyman is chasing Adam Pearce. Oh, I forgot to mention, at the end of the match, Paul Heyman is on his phone calling somebody. And Paul Heyman is, a couple segments later, Heyman's in the back, and he is walking, chasing Adam Pearce. Whoever was holding the big boom mic must have fucking tripped and fell and stumbled, because you see the boom mic lower, and as soon as the mic lowers, you just hear Paul Heyman fucking scream, "Hey!" all in the boom mic, bro. And it was so loud, dude. It was so fucking loud, and I was dying watching this, because A, it's funny to see Paul Heyman like yell like that, and B, what are the odds as soon as that mic lowers, he just fucking screams bloody murder into the mic, dude. I was dying watching this segment, dude. Adam Pearce then gets back in his face, and they start like going at it with each other, and Adam Pearce tells him, what do you have to say? And Paul Heyman hints to Adam Pearce that he might not be the GM anymore, which is very interesting, because like, we don't know if Adam Pearce's contract is up. Yes, if by the grace of God, if Adam Pearce is up as general manager, if this whole storyline is leading to him being up as general manager, please put William Regal in that spot. I think that would be great. Regal in that spot. I think that would be great. I think that would be the way to get him in as general manager. Not that Adam Pearce has been a bad general manager or anything, but I just really miss William Regal in that GM role. I thought he played it wonderfully in NXT, and I think he'd be great on the main roster as well. Adam Pearce, as they're talking, gets another phone call, and Heyman tells him he should answer that. And he answers it. Then, later in the night, Adam Pearce and Heyman appear in another segment together, where Pearce is telling, he asked Paul Heyman to bring Braun Breaker to Raw next week so they can talk man to man. And if this is because of the phone call he got, Pearce says no, it's not. I just want to talk to him man to man. What do you think? A, how hard did you laugh at that Paul Heyman segment? And B, who do you think is the okay, you're good.
I was dying laughing at that segment, man. I really was. But as for who it is, I don't know, because I don't know. This could be his contract coming up, or maybe he wants to like role transition and more of just a backstage role in general. I could very much see that. Maybe he's getting older. Maybe the travel to be on WWE TV as the GM, because also times he's got to make it to SmackDown a lot for those appearances. To see that spot kind of looking to be coming up.
I never thought of Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho is an interesting name to put in that spot. That actually might not be so bad for him, because it would fucking keep him out of the ring. That's actually a really good suggestion. I did not think of Chris Jericho at all.
I think he'd be good in that role.
I
think he'd be good in that role near the end.
For all things considered, Chris Jericho might actually be the best, maybe a very good idea, or one of the better ideas for a GM role. Like I said, I would love Mr. Regal back, just because of how great he did in NXT, man. But like you said, if he did kind of want to, be in more of a backstage role in WWE, then I would just keep him there in a backstage role. But Jericho would not be a bad name at all to be a general manager or a temporary general manager. Maybe they do some sort of angle where Jericho is a temporary general manager until Adam Pierce, maybe they do a story where Adam Pierce gets suspended or something like that, and then they bring Jericho in until they are ready for him to get back in the ring. But it's very interesting to see where they could go with that, because they do have options for Chris Jericho should they want to explore them, and him being in a GM role. But that is very interesting. I definitely did not think of Chris Jericho in that. But again, like I said, Jericho doesn't look too hot in the ring, and it would keep him out of the ring. So that actually might be the better role for him.
Does, and it might help shake up Raw a little bit. Maybe you have a GM who kind of more prefers the side of the heels, and especially with babyface world champion with Punk, it might actually be it might shake up.
That's the news on Adam Pearson, who could potentially be, I guess, the man on the phone. As for that, I don't really know why Chris Jericho would be calling him about this situation. I feel like it would maybe be somebody higher up that would have to deal with Adam Pearce. But I don't really.
People are like, "Oh, who's on the phone?" I'm like, I think it's obvious. It's like higher ups, like Triple H, canonically.
Right.
That's what I took that as. I don't know why people think it's like, oh, it's gonna be like a wrestler. Like, no, it's kind of like a boss situation. Like, oh shit, your boss is calling. You might want to pick that up.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know, man. Should be interesting to see when that eventually does get revealed. But the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day are doing a backstage segment here where Liv Morgan is hyping up the Judgment Day for the year of 2026. She says they're all going to have gold soon. She asks Finn how he's feeling, and he says he is not leaving. He says this is my island, and I am not leaving without the World Heavyweight Championship. Well, this then moves
Okay,
us. What's up?
Love them, and it was a great promo, man. But damn.
We get a promo from Rio here as we have Rio announcing that they will both be in the Royal Rumble match for the women. They then get interrupted by the Judgment Day, and Liv tells Io that Rhea Ripley cannot be trusted, and she's eventually going to turn her back on her, just like she did to Liv Morgan a few years ago. Roxanne then announces that Roxanne, Liv, and Raquel Rodriguez will be in the Royal Rumble as well. So we have 5 names being announced for the Women's Royal Rumble match here. Rhea says it sounds like projection, Liv. She asks, if all 3 of you are in the Royal Rumble, then how is that going to work for you guys? And then Raquel comes in and attacks Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. And they all brawl, with the Judgment Day getting the upper hand on Rio, leaving both of them laying before their Saturday night's main event tag team title match. So that was this. We have 5 new names with all 3 ladies in the Judgment Day, and then Rhea Ripley and Io Sky announcing for the Royal Rumble next Saturday. So yeah, next Saturday is the go-home show for the Royal Rumble, and it does not feel like it.
Not in the slightest, man. It does not feel like we're about to be at the start of WrestleMania season, and I don't think the writers' room knows that we're about to be the start of WrestleMania season.
I don't either. No, they don't know what's next for anything, apparently. We then have Lyra and Bayley. Bayley's in the back. beating herself up about losing their match last week for the tag titles. Lyra then walks up to her and she tells Bayley she is unsure about the tag team because she hates feeling like she's letting her friend down. And once Bayley heard her call her friend, she went from freaking out to getting all happy. She starts hyping Lyra Valkyria up. She says, "No, you didn't get pinned. I didn't get pinned. So we can make it up in the Royal Rumble match." She says she can make it up in the Royal Rumble match, and we're both in it. Do you mind me winning? No. She then says, "I don't mind you winning either." Says we both support each other, and they hug, and yeah, this was this. So we have another two names announced for the Women's Royal Rumble in Lyra and Bayley. This story is very interesting because I feel like this is going to take the route of one of them. I feel like one of them is going to end up eliminating the other one.
I think so, and I think if I'm a betting man, I think they're both going to be in the Rumble at the same time, obviously. I think they're going to do what they've been doing where Lyra gets, Bayley to tweak out and start eliminating. And I think during that tweak out, Bayley's not even going to realize that she's, who she's, throwing over in that moment. And she's going to throw over Lyra with her whole character of without even thinking about it. She throws Lyra over without realizing what she did. And I think that's going to spark, some shit.
I could very well see that. I could very
And I
well see
like that.
that. For sure. So, Javon Evans was going to face El Grande Americano. They wrestled for a little bit before going to commercial, and when they came back, the match had to be called off because of a Javon Evans injury scare. So far, it seems like Javon Evans is good. It seems like it was just they were taking him into concussion protocol. So the match with El Grande Americano had to be called off. I'm glad Javon Evans is okay. But darn it, man, we didn't get our Javon and El Grande Americano match. Shit.
Man. Good thing Javon looks good, and that would have really fucking sucked, man.
It really would have, bro. We then get a Oba Femi vignette. Still no clear direction on where he's going. You might as well have just saved him for a Royal Rumble surprise call up at this point. Because, why are you just playing these? You've been playing these vignettes for 3 weeks, 4 weeks now. And we have, dude, just save them for the Rumble and then call them up after the Rumble. That's probably your plan anyway.
So these vignettes are kind of pointless. They kind of just make you think oh damn, where is he? You know what I mean? So you
Yeah.
might as well just have him relinquish the NXT title, not make an appearance, and then Rumble, and then bam, he's on the main roster. Boom.
Kairi Sane, before the main event, is in the back fucking crying. Asuka's telling her that she let her down. And Kairi Sane's crying, telling Asuka that she's sorry she disappointed her and she's gonna make sure she wins the Royal Rumble. And Asuka's happy with her after this. What the fuck was this?
What is this, dude? What is this dynamic?
Who cleared this segment to be on the show? I'm pretty sure this was a pre-taped segment. And you gave us that? That was fucking terrible. That was terrible. Random ass segment in the middle of this very lackluster show. I mean, did you really think this was going to make the show any better? Kairi Sane's crying, telling Asuka she knows she let her down and she's going to make sure she wins the Rumble. Okay.
All right, bro.
I'm excited to see
Who's
this
this for?
storyline go nowhere. Yes, who is this for?
Exactly. Classic Triple H. Who is this for?
Is this for Bruce Pritchard?
Probably. Probably. They probably find this fucking neurotic or whatever weirdos backstage.
Man.
Fucking A.
The main event, CM Punk versus Finn Balor. Finn Balor came out with his old entrance, his old catch your breath entrance theme music, wearing the old Balor Club NXT shirt, but instead of Balor Club, it said Balor Country.
Really cool.
Super dope. Super dope, man. This man looks so happy. This man looks so fucking geeked to be out there in Ireland. I haven't seen Finn Balor looking this energized in so long.
No, I really haven't. He looked like he actually enjoyed showing up to work today
He
or
did.
yesterday.
He did, man. CM Punk during his entrance was getting a lot of cheers, but during the match, he actually, for the most part, was playing heel, man. A lot of people obviously did want to see, their countrymen get, um, you know, uh, get the World Heavyweight Championship here. So it's what he hasn't been. It's been 10 years since he's been a world champion. Great,
Man, good lord,
good
man. But
stuff
you know, Punk knows where to play, when to play it. So I like that he played up heel during this match.
for sure, for sure. So during this match, we got a huge pop from the crowd because Finn Balor hit his shotgun dropkick into the coup de grace, which, like I said, the crowd was going nuts. They thought their guy was about to win the World Heavyweight Championship for a near fall. CM Punk then went for the GTS. When he threw Finn up, Finn came down with a roll up on Punk. Once they got out of the roll up, CM Punk then did a single leg takedown on Finn Balor, but rolled into a fireman's carry position for a GTS and for a CM Punk victory here, as CM Punk retained the World Heavyweight Championship against Finn Balor. After the match, Punk stuck around and actually helped the heel Finn Balor up. He helped him up, shook his hand, raised his hand, and then he went to walk away, walked back, and him and Finn Balor gave each other a hug. If Triple H was smart, and all this singles stuff, remember the singles 2025 push for Finn Balor? If Triple H was smart, this should be an awakening moment for Finn Balor where he remembers who he is and starts teetering off into a babyface direction so we can get the babyface Finn Balor back on WWE television, man. Everybody wants to see it, at least from what I've been seeing. Everybody wants to see it. Everybody's been wanting to see it for a while, but last night really did spark a lot of it. In my opinion, man, I feel like a lot of people are, very stoked now to see Finn Balor go in a babyface route. Not like me and Sir K have been sitting here for like the better part of fucking 4 years now asking for it. A lot of people want to see it, and I really think it's time you do it. Again, people want to see it. This proves it, man. People want to see him in that main event scene as a babyface again. People want to see it, man. What is Triple H going to do? He's probably going to have him next week doing some random Judgment Day shit that nobody cares about. But what he should be doing is going back into that babyface Finn Balor route that we've been asking for him to go back into for a very long time. Get this man back on track, man. People want to see it.
Oh, exactly. People want to see it. Like you said, I know next week we're just gonna get him probably being mad at Liv and them for no reason. But what we need to see is this man realize who the fuck he is and show out, man. Go have him be a demon in the Rumble, have Dom throw him over, and have him have one turn on the other, do something, dude. And we need babyface Prince Finn Balor making moves in WWE. We need it.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely, man. So that was everything for Monday Night Raw. Like I said, pretty lackluster week of Monday Night Raw, to be honest with you guys, man. It was outside of the Gunther and AJ stuff, we got Paul Heyman absolutely fucking obliterating a boom mic, and a pretty good main event that was very eye-opening, but I guarantee you in a couple weeks it's going to be very sad, and we're probably going to, in a couple months go back to that moment in Ireland where we're like, man, remember when they had right in front of their face the opportunity to kind of start moving Finn Balor away from the Judgment Day in a babyface role, and they didn't do it? It's probably what we're going to talk about in a couple of months here with Finn Balor. But yeah, that's everything for all the weekly television, man. With that is going to do it. So, thank you guys. Everybody a part of the Replay Mafia. Everybody in the live chat, thank you guys so very much for joining us, man. As it has been a pleasure for my Johnny.
Nice, okay.
That is going to do it for this edition of NHP Unscripted. This has been episode 283. Thank you guys, as always, for joining us. And with that, please like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you all on Friday with the news and the Saturday night's main event predictions.
Peace.